Hello, I'm Natasha Chilingarian.
And I'm Michael Ogden. This is Shared Accounts with CU Times. We've reshuffled some episodes during this very busy holiday season so we could bring you today's short but very cozy episode with a holiday themed chat and a look back on 2024 with Natasha, producer Zach, and myself. Now, I'm going to go get us some blankets and some hot cider so we can start this thing, all right? So, welcome to Shared Accounts with CU Times. So we are hitting the final days of 2024 and our first full year of doing this show. Very exciting. I wanted the three of us, Natasha, producer Zach, to kind of run through a few things before we just wrap up this year and move on to our next season of shows. So I wanted to first ask, I've been taking a look back at the year, look at all of our scripts, some of the notes, listening to some episodes. But I wanted to ask you two, what are some real memorable episodes the two of you enjoyed most in 2024? And what did you enjoy about them? Natasha, what do you think?
Yeah, well, thanks for asking that, Michael.
Sure.
I guess I would also like to just thank everyone who participated this year in the
Oh, yeah.
podcast because it's been a real fun experience. Starting out, I was a little apprehensive and never done it before, but it's
Yeah.
really been a fun experience, and I've really
Great.
come to enjoy it. As far as favorite episodes, I mean, the first one that pops out for me is the Halloween episode. That was
Oh,
just a
yeah.
blast to do. Obviously, not as informational about credit union topics specifically.
Eh,
However, just had a blast doing it. We got to know
yeah.
some really fun people in the industry. And I guess like other ones that pop out, our first one with Ron Shevlin. He was just such a great, engaging speaker, and it just kind of
You're
kicked
right.
things off, yeah, on a
Yeah.
really high note for us.
Was that your first episode on the show?
I believe so, yes, because you were doing it solo for the first
Yeah, I did the
week or
first like
two.
7, I
Something
think.
like that, yeah, right, and then finally
And then you came
decided
aboard.
to bring me in.
Ron, good call. Ron Shevlin. That
Ron
was a very
Shevlin,
good
yeah.
episode.
And just one other quick
Yeah.
episodes I wanted to quickly call out is the guests that it just had kind of a really fun, interesting reveal about them that was unexpected. So
Mhm.
one of them was Jeff Harper from Orange County's credit union. Turned out he
Yeah.
was a professional singer back in the day, almost had a
Right.
record deal, and then he sent
Yeah.
us a video after of himself performing, and it was like, "Wow, this is incredible."
You know
And
what,
then
man?
even our
Yeah.
one of our most recent episodes this year with Joseph Pelisseri from Westcom, who
Mhm.
did the Dancing with the Stars fundraiser and won
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
place with no dance experience, and we saw that video as well the other day,
Yeah.
and I was very impressed, so, yeah, that hit stands out for me, just kind of getting to know things about guests that
Great
you would never
picks.
expect.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this show was to, sure, we're going to talk about credit union things, news, break down different data points and trends, but it's really about these people we get to know. And the feedback we get from them is like, damn, that was a lot of fun. Can I come on
Absolutely.
again? We get a lot of that.
Absolutely.
And it's really fun. Zach, what about you? What did you enjoy most in 2024?
So I'm gonna have to second Natasha and say the Halloween episode,
Okay.
mostly because my participation is limited, and that is the one I was on the most. But
Yeah.
also from a production standpoint, there was a lot of fun behind the scenes,
Hmm.
mixing stuff, adding sound effects that really made it a lot of fun to put that together.
You did a hell of a job on that.
Oh,
You
thank
really
you.
did. We kind of
Absolutely.
we threw a lot of ideas at you, Zach, for that episode, and you pulled it off, and it was so fun.
Yeah, it's cliche, but it didn't feel like work because it was so silly and goofy.
Yeah.
It was, well, what can I do with this? How over the top and ridiculous can I make this? So,
Hey, rule of
Yep.
thumb,
yes.
over the top. Go for it all the
Oh,
time.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's been kind of one of our mottos this year, right? Is like,
Yeah.
let's see how far we can go without going too far where it's going to be a problem. But yeah, I
Right.
love that we had some space to be creative.
Yeah, and I will say our mothership ALM, they have not pushed back on me at all for
Yeah,
the
that's
goofy
right.
things we do, and I'm like, great. Thank you for staying out of it. Also, thanks for the paycheck.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I was looking at it more about the fun the three of us had. I did love our guests. I had a really great time getting to know like Todd Harper and
Sure, yeah.
James Robert Lay and a bunch of other people. But also, what I really enjoyed was creative junk that we tried. Yes, the Halloween episode. But then I was thinking about, remember when we did the stroll down juvenile detention memory lane?
Yes.
That really made me laugh. And that was months ago.
Yeah,
And then when I read a letter from the Federal Credit Union Act as an old man,
that was really funny.
yeah, that's the kind of stuff I love doing. Because, Natasha, we do not get to do that in our regular job.
No, we certainly don't. Yeah, the games that we played and the
Games we
introductions were
played.
really unique and fun and
Yeah.
silly, so,
Payments
yeah.
or gremlins. That was a
Mr.
good one.
Gremlins was really funny.
Since it's Christmas time and we're supposed to be nice,
Yeah,
I will
sure.
say the non-recorded conversations to plan the episodes
Oh, sure.
are always a highlight.
Thank God those aren't recorded.
Yes.
No, that's a great point, Zach. Okay, see, that was fun. So we hit a broad Roy G. Biv, let's say, of just a spectrum this year of different personalities, different creative outlets for us, different packages of podcasts that just don't happen in this industry, per se, the Halloween episode. So good job, all of us. I loved it. So, also, though, I do want to point out before we move on how awesome our listeners have been and fans of the show. Specifically, I do want to mention Christina Lehman. Natasha, you met her. She's with Addition
Yeah.
Financial Credit
Yeah,
Union.
sure
We
did,
met
yeah.
her, yeah, at this year's Luminaries Awards, where she actually won a Community Impact Award for her work at Addition. So, congrats to her on that. Very much so. But Natasha, you remember she made a point to introduce herself to us as you and I
Yep.
were legit kind of panicking in the back of the room getting ready to start the
Yeah,
show.
I remember that very
I was
well.
like, oh my God, oh my God. And then she comes up, just this huge personality, thrilled to meet us. You know, she said how much she enjoyed listening. We took a selfie with her. She loved putting the faces with the voice, you know. She was great. And I just want to point her out and appreciating the fans that we have and the kind words we heard from her and a lot of other people throughout the year. So, again, thanks for
Right.
that.
And on that point, I just want to throw in, I think that also started with another employee at Addition Financial Credit Union, Aaron Sanders, who does
Oh,
the
yeah.
media relations. So he actually emailed me after one of our first, I think it was the first episode I participated in with you,
Okay.
and said that he was like a big fan, would be listening every week and,
Okay.
like specifically called it out. And then I think that grew into Addition eventually getting, we had two different episodes with them. So we
Mm-hmm.
did one with the CEO and then one with their, I
Yep.
believe it was the chief information officer. So, yeah, the whole team there wanted to make sure to highlight as well. But
Nice.
yeah, it was really fun meeting some of them at Luminaries as well. And Christina was
Mm-hmm.
really appreciated that she took the time to call us out. And
It was seriously, it was one of the most adorable moments of my year. So I really
oh,
appreciated
oh, how
that. I
nice!
loved it. It was
I
so,
hope she's listening.
I do too. It was
Yeah.
just, it was a very nice moment and I super appreciated that.
Oh,
All right, let's move on to our second topic of the day as we sip from our cider or whatever we're drinking in here. So, for most of the episodes, Natasha, we ask guests to name their first album they ever bought or remember listening to, and then the last movie they watched. And I say most because there are some episodes we totally forgot to do that. Anyway, I wanted to ask those questions of us. Natasha,
oh yeah,
I've never asked you this. What
sure.
was the first album you bought or remember listening to?
Yeah, I had to think about this a little bit,
Okay.
but yeah, after pondering it for a few minutes, I remember now one of my first memories of actually buying like CDs, because I think when I
Mm-hmm.
was, I think I must have been middle school when there were some different albums I was interested in. And
Yeah.
I think it was that, it might have been in the Parade magazine that you get on the with the Sunday newspaper. And it was
Sure.
from
Yeah. Yeah.
BMG or Columbia or something where they would say,
Yeah.
buy 12 CDs for the price of one, and you could
Yep.
fill it out and mail it
Right.
in. And I remember doing that and being very excited. So some of the albums on there, so it wasn't just one, it was like a group
Okay.
of them I got at once. So I think Ace of Base, The Sign was
There
one of
you
them.
go.
Nice.
Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill.
Great album.
Great album. Yeah. The song You Ought to Know was like the hot song, I think when
Oh
I was
yeah.
in seventh grade.
Mm-hmm.
TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool, that album with, like,
Great
some
album.
waterfalls and
Yeah.
yeah, and that's all I could think of. Those are the ones that stand out to me, so,
Mhm.
yeah, just
R.I.P.
full
Left
on
Eye.
90s top 40,
Yeah.
I guess is what I was into. Yeah.
And Zach, what about you? What was the first album?
So first of all, I just have to say I am required to
Uh,
drop this fun fact.
Mm.
Anytime I hear about the song "You Ought to Know," I have to remind everyone that it was written about Uncle Joey from Full House.
Yep, that is a fun fact.
correct.
Had no idea at the time either. It, like
It was a several years long mystery
yeah,
exactly who it
right,
was.
right, yep.
But you know what? And to that point, Zach, he has like a severe, potentially
He does.
uncurable cancer right now.
I did see that, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I saw a
yeah,
picture. That's unfortunate.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Anyway, but
mhm.
Zach, what was your album?
So I actually did some research for this. So the first album I ever bought, I can answer easily.
Yeah.
It was the Beatles' Blue album, the greatest hits 67 to 70.
Okay. Yep.
Oh,
I remember that just because it was the first one I ever bought with my own money. But the
Okay.
first album I ever remember listening to, I had to do some research because I was about 4 or 5 and we had to drive from Cincinnati to New Jersey for my uncle's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, my parents stopped and picked up a mixtape from a gas station. And after a lot of research, I found it, what I believe to be it. And it
Okay.
is
oh my gosh.
the Shell Gasoline Cruisin' Classics series, Volume 2,
Oh, wow.
70s and 80s FM hits. And I was able to find it because it is the only one I could find that had Crocodile Rock by Elton John,
Aw.
which
Oh,
is a song I made them listen to probably 100 times on that drive.
Oh, how cute.
that is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was about 2 hours of research. Hopefully, my boss Nicole isn't listening, but yeah, I was able to find
You're like, yeah.
the cassette
Oh,
tape that was sold by a gas station.
Also, Shell, way to go.
I had no idea Shell released
Volume
mixtapes
2.
at
I want
all.
to find Volume 1.
Yeah, the other songs:
Mm.
"Uptown Girl,"
Oh, sure.
"Rosanna," "Love
Yep.
Train," "Your Mama Don't Dance,"
Mhm.
"Crocodile Rock," "Don't Stop," "What a Fool Believes," "Sarah Smile," "Rockin' Me" by Steve Miller Band, and
Sure.
"Ramblin' Man" by Allman Brothers Band.
All right.
So, not a bad compilation.
No, it's not bad at all. It's very white male heavy, but okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Crocodile Rock is a great song.
A suburban 4-year-old loved it.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say.
That is so
Wonderful.
cute.
Okay, mine would be again, mine's a little bit more complicated because I had a lot of 45s, which were the small records back in the 70s and early 80s. And the first 45 I think I mentioned on the show was Disco Duck by Rick Dees.
What?
I brought that to show and tell in my kindergarten class, I remember.
Oh, wow.
But my first full album, I think, that I bought was Blondie's Auto American from 1980. It
Okay.
had the song you guys would know, Tide is High by Blondie.
Um,
The
I
Tide
don't
is
know if I
High.
know that one.
I don't think I know that one.
Well, look it up.
Yeah.
It was a
Okay.
popular song. And that was a great album. I also had like, a Muppets Christmas.
Oh,
Oh, I
yeah.
even had the Star Wars Christmas album.
Wow.
Now, I knew they did the Star
Nostalgia
Wars
for
Christmas
everything.
special. I did not know there was an album.
Okay, everybody, look this up. This is, kid you not, one of my favorite songs on the Star Wars album was, this is the full title. What do you get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb? Look
A
it up.
Wookiee? What is
What
a
do you
Wookiee?
get a Wookiee for Christmas when he already owns a comb?
Now, if you're bringing up Christmas and combs, does it become a gift of the Magi situation?
I think so.
Okay, of course.
I don't know. Okay, Natasha, what was the last movie you watched?
So the last movie I watched, it was last week because I took a few days off
Okay.
PTO. I only watched one movie the whole time.
Oh, wow.
I know. Well, I was watching other stuff. So the movie I watched, it was a good one. It was Speak No Evil.
Mm-hmm.
It's a new movie that just came out. I believe it was on Peacock, was where it's streaming. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's a horror thriller about this family that meets these new friends and they go stay in their house in the British countryside and then it turns
Mm-hmm.
into a total nightmare.
James
And
McAvoy's in that, I
James
think.
McAvoy was stars in
Yeah.
it. Yeah, they're kind of some I didn't really recognize some of the other
Mm-hmm.
actors. Kenzie Davis, Scoot McNairy are in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so no, I enjoyed it. It was a fun one. There were definitely a lot of moments. It was just a lot of those like moments you have in watching a horror movie where you're like, how
Mhm.
stupid are you? Why did you do that? Like, you
Yep.
had so many chances to get away. It was like that was kind of the
So
gist of what was negative about it, I guess, but,
yep.
yeah, I still enjoyed it. It was fun.
So, that is a remake. Do you
Oh,
know
is
the
it?
original version?
Oh, I think I did read that, yeah. What was the
Okay.
original?
May I suggest watching the original version? I believe it was Dutch.
Oh, okay.
It is much darker
Ooh,
than that
I'll
version
have to check
that
it
you
out.
watched.
Yeah. How old is the original?
Not that old, just
Huh,
a few years old, I think.
okay.
Yeah, I
Which,
remember looking it up. It was a pretty quick turnaround from the original to the remake.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
great pick though. Oh,
2022, it looks like. Yes,
2022.
Danish. A Danish family visits a Dutch family they met on a holiday.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it is much
Okay.
darker than the
I'll
version you
find
just
it.
watched.
I will have to add that to the list. So
Producer
yeah.
Zach, what was the last one you watched?
So, as I've mentioned numerous times, I have a toddler,
Yeah.
but I was able to watch something pretty adult, just like you all. Disney Plus: The Search for Santa Paws.
Okay.
And it sounds pretty dark and edgy.
Yeah, it's definitely adult cinema. There is a scene where one of the dogs turns into a toy and almost gets thrown into a furnace, which is
Okay.
shockingly dark for a kids movie.
Sure.
But yeah, it was fine.
See, this kind of
Fine.
it makes me thankful I don't have kids because I can't even handle watching, like, Hallmark Christmas movies. Like, that to
Yeah.
me is just I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. And I've looked through, like, some of the new ones that have come up, like, there's one new one with Lindsay Lohan, another one with Lacey
Lacey.
Chabert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do it, as I'm just like,
No.
"This is too cheesy for me." I'm sorry.
Isn't that new one like Hot Santa or something? I forget.
Probably, I don't know. There's a different version of every pick any
Yeah.
theme, and there's probably a Christmas movie to match it.
Right.
So, I don't know. I don't mean to diss anyone that loves those. I know people, like,
It's
live
all
for
right.
that every year, like, putting on, like, those really cheesy romance holiday
Right.
movies, but, nah,
If you're gonna
all
break
good.
that streak and want to watch a movie so bad it becomes good, can I suggest there's one with Melissa Joan Hart, Clarissa from Nickelodeon,
Oh,
Natasha is
yeah.
how you'd
Yeah.
remember, where a nutcracker comes to life and she falls in love with it. So
She owns a bakery
I think that's a given.
Sure.
and it has a fake ice skating rink. It looks like an ice skating rink, but they're wearing shoes.
It's
And
always a bakery, a toy store, like a cottage, or
yeah.
Yeah.
some type of bed and breakfast.
Yep.
There
Lovely.
was a good, a recent Daily Show skit where it was basically making fun of the formula of a holiday movie where it's like,
Hmm.
I'm a big city girl. I'm a career girl. Oh no, I'm in this soulless city. Now I'm going home for the holidays to my quaint little town." And like,
Yeah.
"Oh, here's Ben from high school, and now he's like
Sure.
working at every small business in town and is a single widowed dad, and he keeps popping up everywhere."
Hey man, this writes itself.
Pretty much.
I do think Lacey Chabert, I believe that's how you say her last name, she
Yeah.
is one of the highest paid actors on television because of those
Really?
movies. Yeah.
I
She's
wouldn't have
doing great.
expected that.
Okay, very quickly, I'm going to name the last movie I watched, which was 2017's Murder on the Orient Express with Kenneth
Hmm,
Branagh, the Agatha Christie.
sure.
It was fine. I gave it 2.5 stars. It was okay. It was a little over the top with the CGI, unnecessary.
Okay.
But I wanted to point out two things really quick. Speaking of music and movies, we did create a very special Spotify playlist. It's called Shared Accounts 2024 Guests, and it's made up of all the songs from the albums mentioned by our guests on all the episodes. We will put a link to that in the show notes. It was really fun putting that together. Also, I did create a full list of all the movies last watched by all of our guests, along with who watched them. And that list is on Letterboxd, my account, Michael Ogden. But the list is called 2024 List, Last Movie Watched by Guests on Shared Accounts. That link will also put in the show notes. But again, you can see what was the movie Todd Harper mentioned, and other guests. And God, what was it, Zach? Like 5 people watched Oppenheimer, I
Yeah,
think.
I was gonna
At
say,
least.
Yeah.
that's the
When
top
you told
one,
me you
I'm
were putting
sure.
together the list, I asked if it was just Oppenheimer 30 times.
It was like 5, I think. Yeah. But it was really fun to put together. Again, check those out, support the show in that way, whatever, share the stuff. It's really fun. Okay. Final topic before the three of us wrap it up. I just wanted to ask Natasha, producer Zach, what are you guys doing for the holidays?
Pretty simple answer for me. So
Yeah.
as most people know, I pretty much split my time between 2 residences. So Southern
Mhm.
California is where I usually am, and then also outside of Portland, Oregon is where, my parents are here. So
Mhm.
I've been up here since Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna stay through the 31st. So I will be having a low-key Christmas at
Okay.
home, just cooking, eating, drinking some wine and cider or whatever, and
Yeah.
finding some things to watch. I did already, I met up with, some friends in town and actually a couple of colleagues. I met up with the lovely staff of CU Business Group who appeared,
Yeah.
Justin Conry, or the CEO, appeared on a podcast earlier this month. I got to meet up with them.
Mhm.
And to be honest, I'm really relieved that all of my meetings and socializing is done for the month and I don't have to
Yeah.
go anywhere. I'm really, really happy about that. It's good, but it's also just like exhausting
Yeah.
to go out a lot when it's not a daily thing and you're not used to
Mhm.
it. So, yeah, I'll just be relaxing with I also have my cat, Coco, here, hanging out
Aw.
with her.
How old's Coco now?
14, almost 15,
14.
yeah.
Okay.
So but no,
Well,
she's good,
keep
she's
it
hanging in
cozy with
there.
Coco.
So, yeah, it will be a very cozy, low-key Christmas, and then I'll be heading back to California where, I live with my partner
Mhm.
at the end of the month and doing New Year's Eve there with him,
Great.
and then sliding into the year, so, yeah.
Yep. Can't think about that yet. Zach, what are you all doing in Kentucky?
So all of our family pretty much is here, so there won't be much traveling. Really, just a normal holiday schedule. Trying to do as much as we can with a toddler,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
through the chaos of it all, trying to remember to enjoy it.
Yeah.
sure.
Hey, really quick. So your daughter's a year and a half, almost 2?
She'll be 2 at the end of March.
Okay. She doesn't listen to the show. What'd you get her?
Yeah, it was
A few different things.
Okay.
There's an easel for her to draw. There's
Aw.
car set that she can play with because
Mhm.
she loves that stuff.
Great.
A lot of stuff to really encourage creativity and
Sure.
keep
Sure.
her developing, and
That's wonderful.
smash gender roles, get her
Yeah.
dinosaurs and stuff like that too.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Oh, that's lovely.
Also, for the record, she does listen. She's a huge fan of Natasha.
We all love Natasha, as your daughter should. Natasha, what were you saying?
Oh, I was saying, it sounds like Coco wanted to be part of the podcast. I don't know if you
Oh,
can
is
hear
she in the
that, but
background
she's
there?
been yelling behind me this whole time.
I haven't heard
Feel
her.
free to keep it in,
Okay.
while you're editing, Zach, so she
Yeah,
can have her
can we get a
time.
picture of Coco to put up in the description?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. I am just chilling out. I'm taking the week off, doing nothing. Gonna watch movies. That's the short
Okay.
answer. Okay. I
That's it?
do.
Nothing else?
No, I'm legit. I don't want to do anything else.
Okay. Well, speaking of gifts, I was curious, did you get anything special for the grandkids?
Kind of. They have so much crap. I mean, so I basically just give money, like, here, $200, put it in their savings account,
Oh,
something
wow.
like that. They
Okay,
have
that's
so much stuff.
sure. Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
love playing kitchen with Everly, and
Oh.
little Theo is just a chill, chunky 1.5-year-old, 2-year-old. And I just, I love them, but they don't need more crap.
Don't encourage the hoarding at an early age because
No,
things as you get older, you just accumulate so much stuff, and
yeah,
then you just don't know what to do with it.
no.
So, I like the encouraging savings too. That sounds like a good move.
Yep, try to. But yeah, it's going to be pretty low key, and I am all for it. I'm exhausted by this year, but I have loved what the three of us have done. So I want to thank you, Natasha, producer Zach, for your wonderfulness all year long. Just really, really love the two of you, and I love working with you guys.
Oh,
Well, thanks to the two of you. It's been great.
and
Yeah,
thanks
we
to you
got
too
lots
as
more to
well.
do.
Yeah, I feel
Thank you.
like, I just want to call out producer Zach has
Yep.
really brought the show together in a very
Yep.
special way and made it really seamless and fun.
Hmm.
And Michael, I really appreciate your humor and your humor writing. So I think listeners should know that any episode that has a really funny intro, a funny game, that's all coming from Michael's brain. So just want
Thank
to
you.
call that out and thank you for that because it kind of helps. It makes the show what it is.
Absolutely.
We're like a trifecta. If yin and yang were split into 3 parts and not 2 parts.
Right.
That's kind of how the three of us, I think, work. So thank you both, as always, and a huge happy holidays to you and your families. I do want to thank again our listeners for using your ear holes to listen to us. we love you. To our sponsors, thank you for your support. We love you, but in a much different way. And with that, it is time to shut this down for the podcast season. Take a holiday break. Happy holidays to everyone. You will see and hear us in 2025. Until then, thanks for listening.